Hello children, welcome to 7th Science online classes. Chapter 10, Transportation in Animals and Plants. So we'll start the new lesson, Chapter 11, Transportation in Animals and Plants. So you heard this word transportation. Okay, so when we want to move or when we want to go from one place to another place, we depend on this transportation like buses, cars, like that. Okay, and in our body or animals body and plants body also this kind of transportation system is there. So today we will study the transportation system in humans. Okay, yes, so one important question: why plants and animals need a transportation system? So we'll see some points, so we'll get that answer. We know that all living organisms like plants and animals need food, oxygen and water so that they can survive. So all animals and all plants or all living things, they need oxygen, water and food. Then only they can survive. These elements need to be delivered to their body parts so that they can function properly. So this oxygen, water and food available in our surroundings, and these living things take this water, oxygen and food, and these things are delivered to their body parts. Okay, then only they can work properly. Hence, all living organisms need a transport system in their bodies, so that the organism's body or the living organism's body also needs some transportation system. Like for us, for our transportation for buses and cars, we need some roads. Okay, and here also in our body or in organism's body also this kind of roads or that kind of transportation system. So we will study more about that transportation system. Human circulatory system. So what is circulatory system? Circulatory system is a transport system of the human body which consists of a network that supplies food, water, oxygen and other substances throughout the body. So that full system, see from the brain start all body part, then up to this toes. Okay, so the full body transport this food, water and oxygen. That system is called circulatory system, and today we will study about human circulatory system. So I will read once again this sentence. The circulatory system is a transport system of the human body which consists of a network that supplies food, water, oxygen and other substances throughout the body. So that is a network system. See, here you can see many these vessels are there. You can see here many vessels. Okay, tube like structures you can see throughout the body. So through these tubes, these essential things pass. Okay, the main parts of the circulatory system are blood vessels, heart. So very important, main parts of circulatory system, blood. So you know that what is blood and what is the color of blood? Red color. Okay, so that is blood. And blood vessel. So blood is flowing through blood vessel. So this full body is covered, or sorry, full body inside the body there is some blood vessels, network of blood vessels, and heart also there. Heart is the pumping organ. Okay, heart is the pumping organ. So these are the three main parts of circulatory system. So very important: blood, blood vessels, heart. So one by one we will study. So which are the main parts of the circulatory system? Blood, blood vessels, heart. So now we'll see the blood. Functions of blood. Blood is a red colored fluid which flows in blood vessels. So what is the color of blood? Human blood? Red. It is a red colored fluid. Fluid means it can flow. That is called fluid. Fluid actually it is liquid or gas. Together we can call it as fluid. Okay, so here blood is a red colored fluid which flows in blood vessels. Then we'll see tell some functions of blood. So first one, it transports substances like digested food from the small intestine to the other parts of the body. Okay, so from the small intestine, digested food is there in the small intestine, and blood is taken, the important things or the necessary things from that small intestine, and circulate all parts of the human body. So that is the first function. Blood transports substances like digested food from the small intestine to the other parts of the body. Second point, it carries oxygen from the lungs to the cells of the body. So that is another important function. It carries oxygen. It carries oxygen from the lungs to the cells of the body. And the next function, it also transports waste for removal from the body. It also transports waste for removal from the body. So these are the important functions of blood, and it is these functions of blood that is very, very important. Okay, so these 3 points, once again, it transports substances like digested food from small intestine to other parts of the body. It carries oxygen from the lungs to the cells of the body. It also transports a waste for removal from the body. Then, components of blood. So blood contains many other substances also. So we will see which are the other things in blood. First one is blood plasma. Then red blood cells, or it can call it as RBC, red blood cells, RBC, and white blood cells, that is WBC, and platelets. Okay, platelets. So these are the components of blood. So blood is a red fluid, and it functions, 3 functions we discussed, and the components of blood: blood plasma, RBC, that is red blood cells, WBC, white blood cells, and platelets. So these 4 are the main components of blood. Now we will discuss the components of blood. First one, blood plasma. The fluid part of the blood is called plasma. Okay, blood plasma. Blood plasma is the fluid part of the blood. So here you can see through the vessels blood is flowing. So that is a fluid, because of the blood is fluid. So that fluid part is called blood plasma. Okay, because of the presence of this plasma, the blood can flow. Next is red blood cells, or RBC. See the picture, red blood cells. They are red in color because they contain a special pigment called hemoglobin. So here you can see the red blood cells having the color red because the presence of one pigment that is called hemoglobin. So very, very important, and the spelling also HAEMOGLOBIN, hemoglobin. So that hemoglobin gives the red color to the blood. So our human blood is red color, so because of the presence of hemoglobin. And what is the function of the hemoglobin? When we inhale, that time we take oxygen. Okay, so that oxygen binds with or join with hemoglobin, and hemoglobin takes this oxygen to all part of the body. Got the point? So hemoglobin, that is a red pigment, and that hemoglobin gives the red color to the blood. And what is the function of hemoglobin? When we inhale or when we take oxygen, that oxygen binds with hemoglobin, and this hemoglobin take this oxygen and it transport all part of our body. Okay, so just imagine one person sitting inside a car. So the car is the hemoglobin and the person is the oxygen. So oxygen sits inside the hemoglobin and hemoglobin takes the oxygen to all parts of the body. Clear? Okay, then so the oxygen we take in binds itself with the hemoglobin and hence reaches every cell of the body through the blood. So you just imagine one person's body, its absence of red blood cells or RBC, or it's not having much RBC. What will happen? That body doesn't get oxygen, okay, because of the absence of hemoglobin. So we have to increase the hemoglobin in our body to get the actual amount of oxygen. Then next is white blood cells or WBC. So here in this picture you can see WBC, white blood cells. These cells fight against the germs present in the body. These cells fight against the germs present in the body. So in our body any germs are there, these white blood cells fight with them. So if the absence or the number of white blood cells is count is not in our body or not in our blood, what will happen? This we can we every time we are sick. Okay. Then next is platelets. These are the cells that help in the formation of a blood clot and prevent the blood from flowing out of the body due to an injury. So in this picture you can see the platelets. And what is the function of this platelets? So when you just see when we have a cut or anything in our body, blood is coming out from the cut. Okay, so after some time that bleeding stopped. How you can see that one dark red clot is plugged there. That clot stop that oozing of blood. So this is because of the presence of platelets. Okay, so that is another important cell that is called platelet. So that platelet amount is or platelet count is decreasing the body. That what will happen? So when any cut or something, blood cannot stop. Okay, so that is the function or that is the function of different components of blood. So which are the components? Blood plasma, that is the fluid part. RBC or red blood cells, that is it contain hemoglobin. So red blood cells you just connect with the word hemoglobin. And what then function of hemoglobin? It oxygen join with or binds with the hemoglobin and it reaches all parts of our body. Then white blood cells fight with germs and platelet blood clot. Okay, so just remember that important points, keywords only: platelet, blood clot. White blood cells fight with germs and red blood cells hemoglobin and oxygen. So okay, and blood plasma fluid part. So just to take the keywords in your mind, it will be easy to you. Okay. Then next is blood vessels. So we blood already over. Then next is blood vessels. Our body contains tube-like structures called the blood vessels that help in the transportation of blood throughout our body. So, okay children, so all of you take your textbook and take page number 121. that chapter, transportation in animals and plants. So in that right side, you can see a picture, a circulatory system of a human body. So in that structure, you can see many tube-like structures, red color and blue color tube-like structures. That tube-like structures are called blood vessels. And all of that body is contained that blood vessels. That is a network. Blood vessels that help in the transportation of blood throughout our body. Our body contains two types of blood vessels based on the function that they perform. So two types of blood vessels are there. So in your picture, in that picture, you can clearly understand that one is blue color, one blood vessels in blue color, and another is in red color. Okay, now you see that picture and listen this also. Okay, so which are the two types of blood vessels? Arteries and veins. ARTERIES, arteries, that is the plural form, and it's ARTERY, that is a singular form, artery. Veins, VEINS, or vein is a single vein. Okay, arteries and veins. So first we will tell about arteries. These blood vessels carry oxygen-rich blood from the heart to all part of the body. So just touch the heart in that picture, all of you. Okay, and you can see that a red color vessel, blood vessel. That blood vessel contain oxygen-rich blood. So you just move through that. So that oxygen-rich blood move through arteries. So why it is having red color? Because that is oxygen-rich, and oxygen binds with hemoglobin. And what is the color of hemoglobin? Red color. So that is why artery is having a red color. So these blood vessels carry oxygen-rich blood from the heart to all part of the body. So that is the function of artery, that red color vessels. Okay, from heart, blood passes through all part of the body through this red color or that arteries. Got it, children? Clear? Then we will move to veins. These blood vessels carry carbon dioxide rich blood from the body organs to the heart. Okay, so that is the blue color. That blue color means that is carbon dioxide rich blood. That is when we inhale, we take air, and our body take oxygen and leave out or give out carbon dioxide through blood. So that is why its color is a blue color. Okay, so carry carbon dioxide rich blood. So it shows blue color because of it contain carbon dioxide. So veins contain carbon dioxide rich blood from the body organs to the heart. Okay, so arteries carry oxygen rich blood from heart to all part of the body, but veins carry carbon dioxide rich blood from body organs to the heart, all body organs, and come to the heart. Then next point, arteries have thick walls as the blood pressure is quite high in these blood vessels, and arteries have thick walls. Okay, and blood pressure is quite high, because that is why arteries have thick wall. Every time blood pressure is more, that is why arteries have thick walls. And veins do not have thick walls as the blood pressure is quite low in them. So veins, their walls are not thick. Then arteries, they do not contain valves as the blood in arteries always flows in the right direction due to the pumping of the heart. And these arteries have no valves. Valve means it's a shutter like that, open and close. So that kind of valves are not in the arteries. Why? Because through the arteries blood flow in only right direction, flows in the right direction due to the pumping of the heart. Heart pumps the blood, and that blood go to only one direction. Okay, that is why these arteries do not have valves. And what about veins? They contain valves that prevent blood from flowing in opposite direction. Okay, so that is why veins having valves. So, and this difference between arteries and veins, that is very important. So all of you study these arteries and veins. So arteries contain, first you just keep in your mind that picture. In that picture, two types of blood vessels are there. One red color and blue color. Red color means that carry oxygen rich blood, and it is called arteries. Other one, that blue color, that is carbon dioxide rich blood, and they are called veins. And arteries, this blood from the heart to all part of the body, and veins all part of the body to the heart. That is the difference. And this also walls. Arteries have thick walls, but veins do not have thick walls. Arteries do not have valves, but veins have valves. So these are the difference. Very easy. Next is pulse. We know that the heart pumps the blood in the arteries. This continuous pumping of blood in the arteries results in their rhythmic throbbing, which is called pulse. So first of all, just touch or just keep your palm on your chest. You can feel the pumping of heart. Yes, children. So you can feel, now you can feel the pumping of heart. And that pumping effect you can feel in other areas also. This continuous pumping of blood in the arteries results in their rhythmic. You can, when you are touching your chest area, you can feel that heartbeat, and that heartbeat in a rhythmic way. Okay, that is one rhythmic way. And throbbing a small jumping, which is called pulse. And how we can see our pulse? You can see the doctors how they take pulse. See, this is one way to take the pulse. Okay, and here, this also on your neck, you just touch here the sides of the neck. You can feel the throbbing, or that feeling you can see here. You can feel here. Okay, that is called pulse. Here also you can feel the pulse. So all of you just after the class, you just take your pulse rate. Okay, and pulse rate is defined as the number of pulse beats per minute. So in 1 minute, how many times the pulse? You just all of you count it. The normal pulse rate of human beings is 70 to 80 beats per minute. 70 to 80. That is an adult person. For your children, some it is vary, but you just take your pulse rate by keeping your finger on your neck or this area. Okay, on your wrist. WRIST, wrist. So these are the things we study today. And blood over, and blood vessels also over. And next class we will study about heart. Okay, children. Yes, so thank you. All the best.